How's it going? Video Fletcher here. Just wanted to do a simple video. I've been leveling a build on stream using the skill Bladeflurry. I decided I wanted to do one build this league using one of the new skills, and I've never used Bladeflurry or even looked at it. I know it's a very meta build, but I wanted to do something maybe a little bit different, use a Berserker with some leech, and give my general thoughts on it. Obviously, we're pretty much a marauder with a stick. We don't have much. Just use what we can find, and we basic attack Hillock down and get the achievement for a nice unique on killing him, so it's a positive way to start the leveling. I decided to play on a budget and not use anything expensive, try to not use leveling gear, and just play as if you're a new character, as many of my subscribers and viewers generally prefer to see cheaper videos than the crazy videos. I decided that I wouldn't spend a load on this and I wanted to level as if I was a new player and see how it worked. Flame Totem and Flame Trap for the first few levels, and honestly it wasn't great. But being a new player and having nothing to go with, it sort of got the job done and it got the early levels out of the way. We sort of continued with Flame Trap and Flame Totem until it became a little bit too slow. The levels, we found a sort of mace and we used Ground Slam. This was just a one linked Ground Slam. This is something that you can do. And after a few levels we had a 4-link and we used, I think, added Fire from a quest reward, obviously Ground Slam, and a few other reds. And it was generally going okay. The mana was a slight problem, but it was okay. It can be a bit boring, I understand that, so to make it a little bit interesting for myself, I decided to try to do the campaign without dying. I never intend to die, but occasionally I will zerg the boss in the sense that I will just relentlessly kill myself. But as you can see, using portals and resetting pots, we were killing all the bosses in the game without dying, so it made the leveling a little bit slow. But I think we only ended up dying once in the campaign. And that was to a breach where I had like no lightning resist. So if I was in hardcore, I'd have got lightning resist. After a while, the sort of Ground Slam action became a bit too slow. So we started to look at buying some gems with the chaos we'd made playing the game. To get our Bladeflurry gems going, maybe get some early levels in. We managed to find a 1C claw, or I think it's even an alk. We managed to find that. And we purchased I think it's a decorative axe, which has Culling Strike and some added damage for 1 chaos. So we've probably spent about a chaos orb so far. If you had to go out and buy the claw to use Bladeflurry, that's probably an alk at most. And this is my first time using Bladeflurry, and honestly, it was a massive boost in damage. The Ground Slam action had gotten pretty slow. The Ground Slam was becoming a problem with mana issues. I even had a mana leech gem in there, and it wasn't even dealing with white mobs very effectively. And we just gave up, and we started to play with Bladeflurry on a 5-link in a Tabula. You could easily do this, even though Tabula's only 5 Chaos Orbs. We found multiple cards, multiple Exalt cards worth 10C due to the new Saint's Treasure card. So it gave us some funds to purchase some things like a Tabula and some gems. So you can do this. You don't need a 5-link at all. You can do this on a 4-link. Now, I'm just demonstrating now. I thought the skill was you hold down and channel and then release a burst. So I thought it was going to be quite slow. But what it actually is as you're channeling, you're shooting around you, and then you just release a burst, so it's actually much quicker. Here's another camera angle where I was just testing out another camera angle. I don't know if that camera angle is better for you, but there we go. Confident enough to go ahead and ascend. I'll speed you through, but we went and ascended, and we became a Berserker, which granted us the leech and the mana leech we needed, which made playing Bladeflurry even easier. We got a follow from Norse TV, who's a big PoE streamer, so that was nice. He dropped by and we spoke for a little bit. We gave him the dab for the Norse. Norse will get the dab because he's a famous PoE streamer. So it was nice to have him drop by. Bladeflurry made it actually interesting to level. Having a new skill that I've not used before and having a lot more damage than Ground Slam, I felt finally free. I felt like, wow, is this what it's like to have damage? And we pushed on to Dominus, and we managed to kill the boss again. We're trying not to die, so we're not YOLOing it. We're not, going head on trying to kill him. We're just taking our time, and we eventually get Dominus down. I think it made it more interesting for me leveling, trying to not die. It added an extra element to it because, as I've said previously, it does get a little bit tiring leveling. I think this process took me about 11 hours. I was streaming at the time, going fairly slowly, answering questions and talking, so it wasn't the fastest leveling I've ever done. And also, I probably wasted multiple hours playing Ground Slam when I should have switched over to Blade Flurry earlier. But I'll be honest with you, I wanted to do it on a budget. I wanted to do it as you would do it, and I couldn't find a good claw to use with Blade Flurry or any good one-hander. My only options were Ground Slam, so we had to stick with that. This was a little bit sketchy. I think I buffed him up because I wasn't sure what I was doing, and it got a little bit sketchy in this room. But we managed to ascend, which grants us more leech. There was an option to go for a war cry, which recovers health as an ascendancy, but I decided to go for the leech, as I think it's going to be more efficient just playing the game with a lot more leech than relentlessly spamming Warcry, which can get quite annoying. It's quite an annoying playstyle to always be pressing Warcry, and I just thought the leech would be better, so we decided to go ahead for the leech. To end the stream, we sort of just carried on the campaign, and I was slightly under-leveled for some reason, and I just decided to blast docks. Occasionally, it's not always worth being in Act 4 Dried Lake. I was only level 61, which meant I was under-leveled for Dried Lake. I was gaining around 20 million XP in Dried Lake. Switching to an appropriate zone, like docks, that is more close to your level, will actually give you the correct XP. You don't always have to sit in these zones that everybody tells you to if you're not the right level. Doing this allowed me to get 90 million XP an hour, and it was so much faster than docks. So to end the stream, we sort of had an hour where I just mindlessly grinded out some levels. We got ourselves up to the appropriate level to continue to get into maps, and we had subscribers and viewers and people that wanted to support me. They would come in, they'd comment, they'd leave some songs, and I would play their song and map along to it, and it was good fun. And it made leveling a lot more fun to have the PoE community there talking and doing it alongside me, because if anybody knows me, I'm not a big fan of the leveling process. I don't find it that enjoyable. But as we were playing and we were grinding through the docks XP, I really began to understand how Blade Flurry works. I got used to quickly channeling up to 6 and then letting go, and I got used to just about how long you should hold it and move through, and it became very, very fun. We're now ready to grind through Dried Lake and docks, and that is where the character is up to. Apologies if you can hear relentless barking in the background. My dog is being very irritating today. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of days. I've been leveling this character, and I wanted to share it with you. Be back on stream, grinding it out. Catch you guys later, and cheers for all the support, the comments, the follows. Thanks a lot.